Nikki D is back again today with another Storytime video, and this story is going to be about the time that I got my first nose piercing and how it got infected and how my piercer went to jail. Yes, he went to jail. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So when I was about 19 or 20 years old, I decided I wanted to get my nose pierced, and it would have been my first facial piercing ever. I'd only ever gotten my ears pierced at like a piercing pagoda, and I didn't even get my ears pierced until I was like 18 years old. I know. So I had a bunch of friends of mine who were all pierced up. All my friends had like all these piercings and tattoos, and I was like totally the friend with just their ears pierced. So of course I asked them like who they recommended to get my nose pierced from, like if there was a shop they recommended, because I trust. And so I asked my one friend, we'll call him C for the sake of this video. So I call up C and I'm like, hey, like what type of shop, or like what shop do you recommend for me to go get my nose pierced? And he was like,
oh, well, I go to my friend at blah blah.
So I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, go there and, you know, tell him that I sent you. He'll totally hook you up. I don't remember if I made an appointment or if I just walked in, but I get there and it was this place I'd never heard of in a kind of sketch part of the town. And so I go in and I was like, basically it was a tattoo shop, and only the one guy did piercings. So there were 3 guys, but the other 2 only did tattoos. And this guy, my friend C, his friend, only did piercings. His friend introduces himself and he is smoking.
Oh my god, he was so hot.
Very bad boy looking, dark hair. So anyway, he's like, yeah, I totally know C, I'll hook you up, we'll pierce your nose, blah blah blah. I sit in the chair, bada bing bada boom, I leave with a new hole in my face. So
yeah, got my nose pierced, I'm back, hey.
I leave, everything's fine. I get this H2O spray, which is a popular like piercing spray that you can use to help the healing process, and everything's going great for like the first week. Then suddenly I start to notice that my nose is red and tender at the site, and I'm like, I don't know if this is normal. I've never had a facial piercing. Like, I don't know what to do. So I kind of just ignored it. I kept using the H2O like sea salt water spray, whatever. Gradually, my piercing started getting more and more infected. So basically, guys, I started growing what looked like a little cocoon sack. Yes, that's a good way to describe it. It looked like a little cocoon sack growing inside, sorry, it was a side, inside my nose. So it was growing like downward, like vertically. And it was disgusting. It was,
oh my god, so gross. Ugh.
It gives me the heebie-jeebies just thinking about it because it was so fucking gross. And I remember that I was like, oh
my god.
Like at first I thought it was a keloid, because like inside, because it started out small but it kept growing longer and longer and longer, and it was growing around like the piercing post, so I couldn't even like really take it out. And I remember I would like take peroxide on a Q-tip and stick it up there, and the whole thing would just foam up and fizzle. Ugh. Like seriously, I get the heebie-jeebies just talking about it. It was so sick. So I was like asking my friends with nose rings and piercings, I was like, is this normal? Like, I've never had this, like what's going on? And they're like,
no girl, that's not normal. You better call your piercer. That looks infected.
and I'm just like, great. So I call the shop the one day and I ask for the guy who pierced my nose, and they say, oh, he's not in, but I can leave my number and he'll call me back. So I'm like, okay. So I leave my number, and a day or 2 goes by, I don't hear from him. So then I call back and I'm like, yeah, hi, I'm looking for so-and-so. And they were like, well, he's not in right now. And I was like,
okay, well, like, do you know when he's gonna be in? Because I have kind of an emergency. I think my piercing that I had done from him is infected.
and they were just like,
oh, well, he's not gonna be back for a while.
and I'm just like, what does that mean? So I was like, okay, well, like, what can I do? Because I think my piercing is infected. And they were like, well, you can come in, but we don't really know about piercings. So, I mean, we can look at it, but blah-de-blah-de. So I'm just like, whatever, bye, hang up. Call my friend C, and I'm like, hey, I think my nose is infected, and I've called that tattoo and piercing shop asking for so-and-so, and they told me that he's not going to be there for a while. And C's just like,
oh, yeah,
he went to jail. And I'm like,
He went to jail?
and C's like, he went to jail. So I did not ask why my piercer went to jail. Possibly it was because he was piercing people without clean needles or something. So I ended up going, I think, to another piercing shop, and they were like, yeah, that's infected. You gotta take that out and let it heal, and then you can get it re-pierced. So I was like, not happy about it. And, you know, I paid money to have it pierced. It wasn't pierced, I don't know, properly. I don't know what happened. So I had to take it out and let it fully heal, and I actually have it re-pierced in the same spot. Thankfully it like didn't scar, and there was no scar tissue or anything that prevented me from getting it pierced in the same spot. Yeah, so that was the time that my piercing got infected and my piercer went to jail. So anyway, guys, I hope you like that story. I've not had any problems with this piercing or any of my other piercings. Since then, I go to the same shop. It's very reputable in the area, and I really like them there. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this story. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you all in our next video. Bye, guys!